A big fight broke out yesterday on the show between me and Ashley. Now, I forgive her because she convinced me that she did the right thing. As a judge on 3 Minutes to Stardom, the big TV show that she's on, the big singing competition.
Huge, amazing local TV show.
Yeah, it's great. I've watched every episode.
Yes,
I've followed along. I've become an executive producer, uncredited executive producer on the show. My dream is to become a judge as well, but I don't know that will happen. I'm not attractive enough to become a judge on that show, but whatever.
Oh,
anyway,
that's not true.
I have enjoyed the show. I've attended tapings. I mean, this is a big deal. I think it's a great show. And I love that our girl Ashley is a judge on it. It's been fantastic. And so the reason why I was very upset with her yesterday is because I watched the semifinals performance on Saturday night, Fox 5. Check it out.
7 p.m. finale Saturday.
Yeah. Oh.
Gotta watch.
Big time. We were there. We were there.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, I'm sitting there watching the semifinals.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, there is my girl, Natisha Lyne, who we were at the performance, the taping when she performed the very first time.
Right.
And I was like, well, there's the winner. Like, why are we even having the rest of the show? Because I saw her perform, and I was screaming in the background to Ashley and the rest of the judges, 10, give her a 10. She wins, and she did. She won that round.
I gave her a 10.
She moved on to the next round. She won again.
Quarterfinals.
And then she made it to the semifinals, and shockingly saw her get eliminated. My favorite.
Yes.
And I went, this cannot be. I cannot have this happen. Because she clearly, I wanted to put the crown and the sash on her already, and it didn't happen. I was very upset.
Right.
I was and that's not taking anything away from the people that made it to the finals, because they're really, really good too. But to me, my favorite was Natisha Lyne, and I was like, dude, she's the winner. She's got everything. She's beautiful. She's got a great voice. She's got stage presence. Everything that everything the show's looking for in a star performer on 3 Minutes to Stardom. Ashley then tells me yesterday, listen, I agree with you. I agree. I thought Natisha Lyne was amazing. I fought for her, but I'm only one voice out of 3.
Right.
I was outvoted.
Yep.
And I said, well, I am not laying down. I am not accepting this decision.
But Eddie, it's done already.
That's fine, but we're not through yet.
We?
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Team Natisha Lyne are getting after this. We're making her a star.
Okay.
Nice.
And so I begged through the airways, please, let's get her on the air, have her sing live on the radio, and show everybody we got a superstar here. Guess who's here? Natisha Lyne, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo!
What's up, Natisha?
Yeah.
Now, can I just say Natisha, or do I have to say the full Natisha Lyne every time?
Well, it sounds pretty famous.
It does.
Natisha Lyne.
Natisha Lyne.
But Natisha's fine.
Okay,
and I like that you pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Because a lot of people say Natasha.
Well, they're stupid.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
Okay.
Well, since you're my manager, I'm glad that
Thank you. Thank you. I would think I would know how to pronounce your name.
Natisha, don't feed into that manager stuff.
No.
Literally, he will not leave you alone.
No, well, we're going to make it. You and I.
Okay, all right.
Natisha.
All right.
If you would like to see a picture of Natisha, or several pictures
Yes,
of
please.
Natisha, holy cow,
Wow.
go to rock1053.com. We have pictures up, and we have her first audition on 3 Minutes to Stardom, her first performance.
Huh.
When we were there, Sky, we have the clip of it. It's up.
You mean that same night when you were ranting to all of Valley View Casino how she's the full package?
Yeah, well,
and
everybody needed to know.
If she doesn't win the whole thing, everyone's a bunch of a-holes?
Thank you.
Is
Thank
that
you.
okay? Is that from that
You are
night?
welcome.
Okay.
You are welcome.
All right. Great.
So that's up there. You can go check her out. You can see the performance. You can see what I'm talking about. It's amazing. She's amazing.
She is.
Now, Natisha, let's talk about the competition a little bit, okay? So you tried out for the show.
I did.
You made it onto the show.
Right.
You performed in front of me, which had to be nerve-wracking.
It was.
Did you see me in the audience
Yes.
screaming for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember me?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm going to also tell you a little behind-the-scenes thing that happened.
Huh.
Natisha is married, and I met her husband in a very crazy way.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot this.
I like to gamble.
Yeah.
And so we gambled a little bit before the performance that night, and I had a bunch of chips in my pocket. And I stupidly pulled out my phone at one point. I was probably Instagramming or something, I don't know.
Totally.
And I pulled out my phone, and one of the chips fell out of my pocket. It happened to be a black one. I don't know if you know what black ones are. They're a $100 chip.
Whoa.
So, not cool.
Yeah.
I fell out of my pocket. this guy, this big burly dude, who kind of scared me, I'll be honest with you, when he came up to me. Because I was like, what does this guy want? He came up to me and goes, hey, do you have any chips in your pocket? And I said, yes.
And that was a test.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he robbing me?
He was going to keep it if you didn't.
No doubt, no doubt. I was like, is he robbing me right now? What's exactly going on? I said, yes, I do. He said, what color? And I took out the chips in my pocket because I knew how much I had.
Right.
And I said, oh, I'm missing a black one. And he handed it to me.
No.
And he goes, you dropped this, bro. And I went,
Amazing.
There's good people still in the world. Like, it was a shocker. You got a good one.
I do.
He was a good guy. Like, that was impressive. Like, if that were me, I would have just been like, oh, thank you.
Right.
$300 chip. But no, he returned it to me. Like, really cool guy. So I bought him a beer, but I mean, I just think he's a great dude.
Me too.
And so, yeah, so that's just a little side note. Then his wife performs, Natisha, and I'm blown away. I'm like, dude, you killed it that night.
Thank you so much.
So you had me hooked. I was like, and I've watched every episode. For me, you were the winner. I was
Full
like,
package.
you're the whole everything you were looking for.
Sure.
I'm not even a country music fan. I don't even like country music, but I get it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you are great. You have a great voice. You have a great look. Everything about you. I'm like, dude, she's gonna win. So come this past Saturday night, you get eliminated.
Right?
What the hell? Were you as surprised as I was?
You know, when they called me up, I think I was like
Third.
third. I totally knew.
Me too. Because
I could tell
what are they
your
gonna do?
face.
Leave the last two?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make any
like,
sense.
They're like, oh yeah, Natisha goes through in the last two. We're not even gonna bring
Right.
you up.
I mean, we know the
knew.
reality show
Yeah.
rules.
My heart broke
I
when
was
I saw
bummed.
your face because I'm like,
Aw.
she already knows.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is her dream. Like, so she does these kind of things a lot. So her face dropped. She knew.
And it's not the first time I've lost, and losing never gets easier.
Of course
Right.
not.
But it takes me a couple days, and then
What did you think
On to
of
the
your
next.
performance that night? Did you feel that it wasn't up to par?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite song, but
Yeah.
you know, in these, there's so much that goes into these things. Like, you don't just say, oh, that's the song I want to sing, and
Yeah.
you know, call it a done deal. There's a lot of things that go into it. So
Like rights and stuff like
yeah,
that? Okay.
you know, so you can't just
And the
like,
band has to know what's song
Exactly,
and all that
yeah.
stuff, right?
So you know, there's a lot of things that go into
Well,
it.
and people
so,
can't sing the same songs.
Right.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into
So-
I
it.
get it.
Right.
I think I did a good job, you know, but there's other talented people too.
Sure.
And so, you know, I just sort of roll with the punches.
Yeah,
And,
I gotta tell you, my jaw was dropped. I was jaw dropped that you did not get through at least the finals. If you don't make it through to the
Right.
finals, then I go, okay, well, you know, I
Yeah.
get it. But I had you pegged into that final slot for
and
sure.
I was the first time I performed, I was actually nervous when Ashley went to judge me because I'm like, okay, she hasn't been that nice.
Yeah,
to
she was the
anybody
mean
yet.
judge.
And
She was the
I'm
mean
like,
judge.
I hope she doesn't talk about what I'm wearing because this is actually super dressed up for me. I'm normally in yoga pants.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
like,
nice.
all the time.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is really dressed up. I hope she thinks that I'm
Yeah,
dressed up.
she
you know?
liked you.
Yeah.
She gave you the 10. She
Yeah.
said you were the total package, everything, and she's liked you all the way through. I mean, she'll tell you
Yeah.
you were one of her favorites. It just, you know, there's other judges, and so
Exactly,
it happened
yeah.
and whatever. But I don't even care. I'm over it.
No, you're not.
But
I'm
Eddie,
not.
why were you
Not
egging
pissed.
Delena's studio down the hall this weekend?
Well,
The other-
she deserved
the other
it. That's
judge.
why.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
I said we got to get you in here and just show another audience who you are and what you can do. You're that good, Natisha.
Right.
I'm
I
telling
appreciate
you.
it. I really, really do.
And I appreciate Eddie wanting to do this because I felt terrible and I love
Aw.
you. And I told her after, I'm like, don't give up. I'm like, you're going to be fine. I still believe in you. You know, you've got the it factor. But at least this can be a little consolation prize.
Yeah.
That I'm sorry that you weren't able to make it through, but we love you.
And
We
do
love
you want that, Natisha? Do you want a career in music?
That's always been my dream.
Yeah.
So,
and
know, I
you got a couple of kids.
I
You have
do.
a life going on, so it's kind of probably difficult to.
It's difficult to sort of, you know, prioritize, and of course, my kids and my family are my first priority.
Sure.
But,
Right.
you know, I would love to one day hopefully have a place in Nashville and
Oh,
be able
we're
to
gonna
go
make
there.
this happen.
All right,
you and
let's
I,
do that.
you and I, we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
I only take a small percentage.
Okay,
It's
so
small, like
small.
like
Okay.
like 25%.
Wait, wow.
So anyway, we can discuss that later.
Okay.